The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Straight Talk No Chase is back in the building. I am your host, Trip Simpson, along with Cosby Digital. Kirk Keys is missing this evening. But we're going to get this show on the road tonight. Got a lot of interesting things happening out here in the internet world. We got these ladies running their mouth because they done hit the wall and they can't take it. But first, before we get into all that, Mr. Digital, how has your week been?
Man, it's been great. I just got back about 3 hours ago from Florida, man. Went through Tampa, went through Clearwater, had a little beach trip for my girl. Happy birthday, Jasmine. We had a great time out there. She loves the beach, so I had to take her to the beach. I realized about myself, though. I'm a more so be on the boat in the ocean kind of person versus me being in the ocean, just chilling in the water. She loves being in the water. I put me on the boat. Like, it's fish swimming by me and all that. I'm good with that. I went to the aquarium. I want to see them behind the glass. I don't want to see them in the actual ocean. I feel like I'm tempting fate. I don't belong in the ocean. I'm not a fish. I belong on land. I belong on land, or some type of invention that puts me on the water, not me just walking in the ocean. Her has almost drifted out too far, messing around. Luckily, she could swim.
I hear you.
But yeah, I had a good time. Got Sounds of the Summer coming up this Friday, Cowdy's Rooftop.
Okay.
I just checked the ticket sales. Shit about to be bananas. That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna sell out probably by tomorrow. So if you didn't get your ticket already, you better hit me up. It's gonna be throwback R&B, reggae, soul. Got some live performances by Experienced Band, the bearded drummer, Ray on the saxophone. So for my real live music lovers, man, y'all gonna enjoy this. For the grown and sexy, we no trap music, no thoughts, none of that. We grown folks having a good time, man.
That's a fact. All right, well, ain't too much going on with me this week. Been chilling. Got a chance to check out that brand new restaurant downtown called Shoto.
Man, I was so mad we was out of town, and then he gonna troll us, send us the video of them there.
Yeah, that shit was a good look. I mean, honestly, the restaurant scene in DC has been very disappointing lately. And
the food, though.
The food was great. Okay. The drinks were expensive as fuck, but okay, oh well. It's downtown. It is what it is.
They're gonna get their margin somewhere.
Facts. But yeah, other than that, man, I'm cool, man. Yeah, ready to get this grill going.
Okay.
Definitely ready to get this grill going today. So I think we're going to start with Amanda Seales. Now, Amanda Seales did an interview with Comedy Hype. It's a YouTube channel, pretty popular channel. They interview a lot of comedians and basically gossip about the inner world of like comedians. And they did an interview with Amanda Seales, and Kevin Samuels came up. Now, Amanda Seales, being the bitter broad that she is, just had to go on a rant. And we're going to play that for you real quick. Give me 1 second. All right.
Hey, shout out to Comedy Hype. I love Comedy Hype.
All right, let's start this.
He's aligning relationships on surface things, versus
Also, I want to say fair use,
grounding them in the depths of our spirit.
That made me think about Kevin Samuels.
Why? Why do you think about Kevin Samuels?
In terms of what I think I wasn't subscribed. So for the record, I wasn't one of his.
I was gonna say, you better put a disclaimer quick.
I'm not one of his followers. But when I do talk to people that have been in tune with his messaging, it does seem from the outside he was trying to.
Do you hear the the masculine tone that she talked to him with. Quick, you better clarify that quick. Like, who the hell she think she talking to, man?
She definitely made him tuck his Johnson between his tail and like retreat very quickly.
Whoever this guy is, man, good Lord, starting off wrong.
I guess what's the word? Balance out the criticism, kind of even the playing field.
Is that what he was trying to
do? In hindsight of men who, let me put this right. Black men, we are raised in a matriarch society.
You're not raised in a matriarchal society, though. That's false.
I mean,
just because you're raised by a woman doesn't mean you're raised in a matriarchal society.
In our community, I was raised by a single mother.
In a patriarchal.
Now you see how she won't even let him get his point across.
Yeah.
She won't even let him get his point across. And she's proving that we're in a matriarchal society. Look how, if we were in a patriarchal society, she would have got slapped upside the face already for speaking out of turn. But we respect women in our society, and we let y'all have your opinions.
Let her try that in the United Emirates, or
right. Let her go to Dubai with that shit. Let her go to Dubai. You'll have to be in jail. Patriarchal society, please. I wish.
Society.
Okay. But in my experience, this is my experience.
No, but I'm telling you, like your experience doesn't change the society that we're in.
Okay.
Even though you were raised by a woman, she's raising you within a patriarchal framework.
There. Let me try to express.
Women aren't like she wasn't raising you within a space where women are leaders that are revered and
pause
like,
right
that
there.
You
real
should
quick.
aspire.
Go ahead.
So that's important, right? Because Amanda Seales is trying to equate white society and black society together, and we live two different type of lifestyles. For a generation of young men and women, they were raised in a matriarchal society because you can only experience what you experience in your household and your community. That's what exists to you. Our black men did not have the power in a society like a white man had. So if a white person said they're a white child, someone that would be true for them. But for us, our men were subjugated, cascaded, cast aside, economically frustrated and castrated on purpose, locked up, so that we would have to revert to being a matriarchal society. Our grandmas raising us, our aunties raising us. Like, I think back from my experience, if you count 10 boys, probably 3 out of 10 were raised with both parents. So our reality on the ground was the woman was exalted in our society and not the man. The man was demonized. The woman was still able to get out into corporate America and progress and move forward because they weren't seen as a threat. They were seen as an object. And I don't think they realized that about white men who really run the society and how they view black women versus viewing black men. And I don't think a woman like Amanda Seales understands that.
I mean, I would even go a little further and say that at this point, it's not even white men.
No, it's the white men still run this.
At this point, it's feminist white women who are pulling all the strings. Whenever a feminist white woman says something, that's the only time it gets done.
Nah.
Like you gotta understand.
Nah.
Man, I'm telling you, if it's not all the way there, we're almost there.
I got 2 words for you. Donald Trump.
What about it?
That lets me know that women are running the country. There's no way, no how, nowhere, shape or fashion.
Look how they got him up out of there, though. Look how they got him up out of there.
He won the presidency. What do you mean they got him up out of there? He won.
I'm talking about the second term, the second election. Yo, they got this man banned from Twitter. Every news station around.
Self-banned from that shit. You can only lie. Look.
I don't see. What did the man say bad to get banned?
Lying.
Whether
he
lies or not. What are you talking about? Democrats get on there and lie every day.
So look, it's a
difference. What are you talking about? He lied. He got banned.
It's a difference between political
every day.
Political gamesmanship, how they lie, but just flat out, I'm just going to just say it and prove me wrong. But when like it's clear that it's wrong, but like I'm just going to keep repeating it. But for the people who won't do no research, they'll just believe it. But the point is,
Honestly,
Donald Trump. If you look at how many women voted for
Donald Trump was men's last hope. that was man's last hope.
But he could get elected. He could win again. So
hopefully he does.
He can win again. I just left from Florida. Florida is the prime example. We got Ron DeSantis is like a mini Trump. And
shout out to Ron DeSantis.
He's gonna run for president, and he has a good chance of winning. So
that motherfucker got my vote.
It's 2022. Donald Trump won in 2016. So that lets me know that this whole that women are taking, that's some bullshit. Because if that was the case, Hillary Clinton would have been the president.
Well, thank God that didn't happen. Thank God that didn't happen, man. All right, let's continue the
video. Like, that's not what we're in.
I'm just laying up what I think these brothers are coming from.
Fair. Okay. Okay.
I'm not.
Okay.
And I think that
I despise them.
Man, I would really love to do an interview with her. Oh my God. I would really love it.
I think that those brothers who don't maybe have the strongest self-esteem or the strongest awareness of how to lead a woman in a healthy way, at times maybe felt pushed to the side, felt discredited because they didn't have a certain status. And I think with a guy like Kevin Samuels, they gravitated towards him because he was now holding women accountable more than we've ever really seen it. It wasn't delivered the best, but I can only from the outside look at it.
False.
Now, I want y'all to pay attention. She says that's completely false. But watch her explanation for why she thinks it's completely false. Absolutely no facts, not based in any type of truth or any type of logic, just her personal feelings.
That is, I'm going to have to go completely against that.
Okay. So why do you think people were listening?
I think people were listening to him because we're in a up society and he was.
Not a valid answer. Your answer is because we're in an effed up society. Not a valid answer.
Confirmation bias for their separate. That's why. The same reason that people are mad at me because I'm affirming a truth that's inconvenient to their right. So they're like, that bitch, she's making me feel some type of way. I don't want to feel some type of way. And who the is she to make me feel some type of way? But the way you feel that I'm making you feel is because it's a truth that you know.
I want to hold it right there.
I don't even know what that means.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when modern women hit the fucking wall. Look at all that aggression she's got. Look, she needs to save some of this masculinity for when it snows and she has to dig out her own fucking driveway. That's what she needs to do. I would like I would like to coin the term wall babble. Hashtag wall babble. Because that's what we're hearing right now. What is wall babble? When a bitch hits the wall. It starts talking like this hoe. Let's continue.
But you have to deal with it, and you're not ready to deal with it. Because if you deal with it, it's going to bring up a whole bunch of other shit probably that you have to deal with. And you don't necessarily have the support system around you.
Bro, what is she talking about?
I don't know. Let the clip play out.
Or the tools to be able to do so. And that is the fault of our whole social network, right? But this idea of holding women accountable, to me, it's a false equivalency.
Because the reason why he came up is because you said that, and this is only me seeing clips, like highlights of his work.
Oh, I've seen a lot.
Okay. So you're probably more of an expert in this space than me. But it did seem like you were saying the thing of like women having these like crazy expectations that they don't necessarily apply to themselves. And it felt like he was trying to do the same thing from the clips I saw.
But the thing is that I'm basing that on value systems, integrity, right? Your ethics, he's basing that on materialism, on your outward appearance, and on status. So he was doing what I think is a very big disservice to folks, because he's aligning relationships on surface things versus grounding them in the depths of our spirit. And those surface things.
Hey yo, hold on. So let me put a disclaimer. I normally rock with Amanda Seales. Like, I like her smart, funny, and black brain. I like how she speaks up on black issues. But I'm noticing a fundamental disconnect between what men want and what she thinks men want, or what she thinks men's position and role is in this society. When she's start talking about soul connections and soul ties, that's some kind of like she getting into the fairy tale shit.
Bro,
Like,
nobody even knows what that means, man.
Like, first off, do I like you? Do you look good? Like, what are you talking about? Like, that feels very problematic.
But then again, you're talking about the same woman who lied and said a guy she was talking to was a sexual predator just because he didn't want to deal with her like that. But we'll get to that later.
That he was, basing things on, ultimately ends up being about greed and being about just things that don't carry you through when you really are dealing with life. Your looks, your money, your status. When your mom dies, what's that gonna, like, it may mean that you can bury her in the coffin that you want. If your child is born with a disability,
she's going off on
it may mean that you can get them the care that you want because you have some money, but
she's going on the deep end.
She'll talk to the lower frequency.
The high vibration is I'm emotional right now. The high vibration is you consistently challenging yourself.
I'm emotional right now.
To live in light. And all those things that he was talking about are not about that. It's not about that, because you want to be with somebody that loves what's inside of you. This is a shell. Like, you want to be with friends. Like, that's really what it is. But we are in a society that is so focused on this outward appearance, image appearance, et cetera, and I'm in a business that's based on, right? Like, it's showbiz and Hollywood. Like, it's so much about like how you look. I remember Keenen Ivory Wayans, like on Last Comic Standing, like telling Aida Rodriguez that her yellow dress was distracting from her telling jokes. And I was like, that's a you problem, bruh. Like,
typical modern women. You try to give them some good advice and they just totally dismiss it. That's enough of that, man. So real quick, what are your thoughts on that shit, man?
Like I said, I rock with her when she's talking about black issues, police violence and things of that nature. But she seems absolutely clueless when it comes to the male-female dynamic relationships, what black men want. Because she would be one of the first, I think, to, jump on and criticize a man for making certain decisions, whether that's dating outside of his race, dating a certain woman, dating whatever. She has commentary on it. But now I understand that her commentary is coming from a very narrow-minded perspective or narrow view of what black men want and need to thrive, to create families, take care of their families, ultimately make the black race prosper, which I think that's what she wants. But she's so caught up in, as you would say, modern women think, she can't fathom men not caring about soul ties or not caring about the things that she cares about. And that leads us to understand it's a fundamental discommunication with men and women right now. Ladies, listen to me. Listen to me real good. I'm gonna bring the camera close to me. We do not want and value the same things that you value. We have great relationships when we realize we don't value the same things. And
I don't shine shoes anymore.
And we do the things that each other loves, right? I stayed in the ocean for about 2 hours yesterday. I don't like being in the ocean, but my girl like being in the ocean.
That's a fact. I mean, just to piggyback.
My girl goes out and takes shots with me. She don't like taking shots, but you know what? I like taking shots. We have an understanding. Some things that she likes that I'll do, some things I like she'll do, and that gives us balance. She doesn't try to hold me accountable to say, well, you got to do everything I want you to do, and I'll do nothing that you want to do.
I mean, you know, when
it's not an equal relationship. When
it comes to Amanda Seales, I mean, it's pretty simple to see what's going on in there. What's going on there? She's alone for a reason.
Damn. I won't take it down.
I mean, bro, how is she? 40-something?
I don't know.
47 years old. She's alone for a reason. She's not a bad-looking woman, to be honest with you. No makeup, no crazy-looking weave today. You know what I mean? She's not a bad-looking woman. But why can't she keep or get a man? It's because of her. It's because of exactly what you saw in that interview. A woman that's so full of herself and not willing to grasp the truth or base her thought process in any type of sound logic. That this is gonna be the reality for a lot of our, especially a lot of our college educated Black women. Because a lot of them go to school and they take on this type of ideology. They take on that Amanda Seales type of ideology. And you're wondering why. Man, listen. I was at brunch at Dirty Habit on Sunday, right? I was there with my family, right? It was Father's Day, right? Everybody else at this place was a single Black woman. There was a white couple sprinkled here and there, but it was groups and groups and groups of Black women. No men. I don't know if you saw the popular TikTok that was going around last week, where the young lady was at a singles mixer, right?
Yeah.
She panned the audience, and it was all women. It was all women.
I mean, unfortunately for women, like that's the reality of things right now. That the ratio, especially we recording live from Washington D.C. The ratio is somewhere in the range of 18 to 24 to 1, eligible men to eligible women. And I do events in the city, and it reflects that in the events. They come out in 4s, 5s, and 6s. Guys come out in 1s and 2s. So if I throw a brunch, ultimately it's going to be 80 to 90% women, 10% guys at every function. Now, I ain't mad at it from a business perspective, because ladies, y'all spend the money. Y'all going to pay $60 for brunch. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to buy each other's drinks. Y'all going to run it up. So kudos to y'all for that. But in terms of you guys,
they going to run it up and argue over the bill afterwards.
Dating and finding a man to settle down with, is a lot of that shit y'all doing is counterproductive.
Yeah, and I want to back up some of my points. I'm not saying these things about Amanda Seales just off the top of my ass, right? Like we can look into her past. I got this article right here. This is an article from Black Sports Online. From here is this 2019, March 6, 2019. Amanda Seales clarifies when she said ex-NFL neurosurgeon Myron Rolle was problematic after a few phone conversations. All right. Seales went on shows and did a video accusing ex-NFL and now neurosurgeon Myron Rolle of being problematic with her over the phone. She then went on to say a bunch of unnamed women told her Rolle was a sexual predator, but didn't explain how and what way before saying a woman said Rolle answered the door to his house one time naked before a date. See, this is the type of woman we're dealing with here. The type of woman that's mad because she didn't get the type of response she wanted from this very eligible brother. She gets mad and says, "Oh, I heard he was a sex offender." Let's continue to read. Roll had to address this situation because these things can ruin careers. Roll pointed out that Seals was upset he didn't want to pursue a relationship, and that is why she was falsely accusing him. Seals herself admits Seals herself admits this in her own IG video where she claims she never said Roll harassed her at all. So why was she talking about him if that wasn't the case? Why bring his name in the universe if he did nothing wrong to you? She doesn't dispute Roll's version of events. And frankly, if you watch her Breakfast Club interview, she pointed out she wanted Roll to pursue her. She admits right there. She wanted Roll to pursue her. He never did. She never provides any proof that Roll has done anything to anyone, and it's all secondhand info that no one has publicly backed up. This doesn't mean Roll is innocent. It just means that without proof, you can't say he is guilty, and an accusation is sometimes enough to derail someone's career. All right, so boom. There you have it. She is who we thought she was. She is exactly who we thought she was. Now, let's get to this next heifer.
Oh, shit.
And real quick.
Look, that's what I think I'd be right there with you.
Bro, these chicks, listen, man. These chicks got to go, man. I'm trying to figure out, ladies, how long are y'all going to sit back and allow these women to keep lying to you guys? How long are you going to allow these women to keep pumping your head full of nonsense and lying to you?
Apparently they don't feel like they're being lied to, though.
Okay. Well, guess what? There's enough room on the wall for all you hoes. All right. And when I say all you hoes, I'm not talking about all women. Disclaimer.
Just the hoes.
Russell Wilson, to me, is a throwback to how black men used to carry themselves.
Start this over. That came on a little quick. All right. Here's Claudia Jordan. And I stumbled across this interview from
Russell Wilson, to me, is a throwback to how black men.
From Boyce Watkins's page. I'm not even going to get into his simp comments. I'm just let y'all read that for yourself. But let's get into this.
Russell Wilson, to me, is a throwback to how black men used to carry themselves before we got ratchet. Before we started praising the lowest of the low. Before we started thinking it was cool to be dumb and ignorant and purposely misspeaking, misspelling, sounding ignorant and dumb. Before we started praising the lowest of the low, it reeks of low self-esteem as a culture. To say, oh, this is black if you're ignorant. But when you're not, we equate that with being white. So we're going to give that to the white man? They have the exclusivity rights on intelligence and class? Shouldn't we be like, yo, he's with us. You ain't black enough because you use proper English? So we really are saying that we're not capable of elevating, but then these are the same people that want to be referred to as a king. And then you have one actually treating a woman as queen and actually carrying himself as a king. And we're going to sit here and try to take his black card from him because he's not acting up. Let
me interject real quick, people. But now, granted, nobody asked her anything about Russell Wilson not having a black card. This conversation is about the discussion that people are having between Wilson and Future and how Russell Wilson is a simp. That's all we've called him, was a simp. We never said he was a bad guy. We never said he wasn't black. Nobody ever said any of those things.
I think she's just projecting because she might experience that, her being she looks mixed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she is mixed. She's half Italian. But what I'm saying is she's making a straw man argument. She's blowing up this situation that no one's even talking about. The only reason that Russell Wilson and Future is a conversation is because Russell Wilson wifed up his 8th baby mama. You wifed up a nigga's 8th baby mama. You going to get clowned.
Damn, she was number 8. She wasn't number 8.
She was 7 or 8.
Really? I thought she was like 4 or 5.
No, 7 or 8.
Damn.
But let's go to the extreme. Let's say she was number 4. Is that it's still? See, Russell Wilson gets clowned because what you decided to do, what you decided to take on, you decided to save Sierra from the wall, which I'm not mad at. I mean, do what you feel, bro. You did what Bow Wow, 50 Cent, A-Rod, all these niggas. Future got her pregnant and still didn't want her. And now you putting her up on the pedestal. And how does she repay you? She on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube twerking, shaking her ass every other day. But anyway, let's get back to the video.
Acting up, wilding out. It is so ridiculous. And then we say we're not a monolith, but then if you don't do these things, like you said, Q, you're not one of us and you can't sit with us. Stop doing this to other Black people. Stop making Black people feel guilty for being classy and intelligent and carrying themselves in a way that we should all be trying to aspire to be. Like, it is ridiculous that the hate for Sierra is because she moved on from a Future. So all these like Future F boys that are like him, Future lights, y'all feel some kind of way because I hit you in the gut because you feel that. Right? You know your girl deserves better. I really wish we can get away from that and stop praising that. His Blackness should not be in question because he's not ignorant. Mm-hmm. We should stop. We need to stop.
Real quick, I'm hearing there's an echo.
Yeah, it is. I thought the echo was just based upon like, all right, fair use, so we not using the actual clip. I know a lot of outlets, they kind of distort the audio. I thought that's what you were doing.
Is our audio distorted or is that just the video?
just the videos.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. All right. So that's Claudia Jordan going on a rant. Now, this is what I find interesting about Claudia Jordan. Claudia Jordan is also a wall babbler. All right. So let's get, what's that? Somebody got an echo there. Right. She's also a wall babbler. Now, the first thing I want to play is a clip that she did back in 2015 where she was asked about Amber Rose and the slut walk. Now, granted, this woman just got finished talking about how how Black men should go back to being traditional men like Russell Wilson, right? And how guys like Russell Wilson should be the standard and they should be lifting up their queens. Cool, I'll go with that argument. So you're saying we should be traditional men. But now, when questioned about a non-traditional woman, aka Amber Rose, aka the creator of the slut walk, let's see what she had to say. Hold on. Sorry, people. Get my shit together here. All right. Okay. Let me go to. All right.
And men can do a bunch of stuff. Like, as a man, I can have sex with 5,000 women. I mean, like,
all right, let's go.
I'm trying to put me on media take out you. Speaking of hoes, you defended Amber Rose, right?
Yeah.
Amber Rose has been on this big slut shaming campaign, and I feel like
Amber Rose
doing that to women because I was watching I've been in fan videos for a long time, and I remember you were on Dr. Drew and you were talking about sex numbers, and men can do a bunch of stuff. Like, as a man, I can have sex with 5,000 women. I mean, like, rapper.
Stop the cap.
This nigga know good and goddamn well he ain't had sex with no 5,000 women. Come on, bro.
I'm close to that. But no, we have sex with as many women as we want, and it's like we don't get that signal. But if a woman has sex with 5 dudes that people know of, then she's automatically a hoe. Right. Or she posts pictures of you on the beach with what's her name, Aisha?
That's my girl.
Can you call her?
She has a perfect body.
She's amazing, phenomenal. But you get slut shamed for stuff like that. Yeah. Why is that the case?
I think men, it's a lot of, men like to have their cake and eat it too. Like, you want to be able to run through those 5,000 women, but then you don't want those women to have numbers. It doesn't make sense. So how are you able to get those 5,000 women if they're not giving it up? Like, think about it.
Right.
And like, why I feel my mom's from Italy, and like they're a lot less uptight about sex in Europe. And I wish we would adopt some of that here, because I feel like Americans are the biggest freaks. Like, outside of Europe.
So we should be traditional men, but women should still be able to run around and be whores.
Europeans look at America like, oh, you want to get a wild girl, get an American chick. But yeah, we're the ones that try to front so much like, oh, I don't do that and I don't do this, because we feel like sex is a bad thing here, and it's not. Sex is a beautiful thing. I mean, you shouldn't give it away to everybody, but like, we all love it. What's wrong with that? And it does suck if a girl has been with a couple of guys that you may know of, she's a slut. Yeah. But like, some unknown chick can just be getting run amok, just ran through, just getting the brakes beaten off, and nobody knows and nobody cares. How many people do we know of that Amber's been with? That we know of?
3.
Okay.
Maybe 4.
So what's Amber, late 20s, early 30s?
She's in early 30s.
Okay, so slut? I think not.
I mean, look.
The woman has a march called the Slut Walk. She has a march called the Slut Walk. And this woman says, slut? I think not. No, she's definitely a slut. She's an admitted slut. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's enough of that, man. So, yeah, this woman, man, I'm telling you, like I said, these older, now keep in mind, this woman is 50 years old. She might have been 43, 44 when she made that video. This woman's 50 years old, bro.
She's a good looking 50.
What I'm telling you is these women are giving y'all bad advice. You know why? You know how I can prove she's giving you bad advice? Because she can't keep a man either. She's out here tricking on young dudes. Let's go to the videotape.
Oh, shit.
Now, 3 weeks ago, Claudia Jordan was on couples retreat. Now, I must warn you guys, this gets pretty graphic. All right, let's go. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
There he is.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing?
So I've given most of the.
Oh my God. This chick is in charge of couples retreat. A 60-year-old woman who's not in a relationship, who on her 50-year-old birthday got a train ran on her in France. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go to our YouTube page, we've done a video on this already. Look at this woman. I just got to look at this woman, man. She got on 6 pounds of makeup and looked like she fucking stole a mane off of Mufasa for that weave. Oh my God, bro. What is going on here, man?
For the couples a day to reflect, because it's one thing to hear all the information, it's another thing to absorb it. But I've got to talk to AJ and Claudia because they had to follow along. I got to figure out why are they together. They've got so many issues. What's the relationship? So we're 3 days in. How's the retreat been?
It's been fun.
Why did you kiss on the cheek?
Not
Not on the lips?
I don't want to mess with lips. The lips are perfect.
No, he doesn't like lipstick on him.
Stop the cap.
He'll wipe my kiss off right away if I have lipstick on. Go for it, like passion. Do you do the same thing when you kiss her vagina?
After I know.
I just figured I'd just dive in. Are you romantic?
I'm extremely romantic.
Really?
I just haven't felt like it's something that she likes.
I don't know where you would ever get that from. I'm dying for romance. What have you tried? You tried the first 6 months,
and it disappeared for a reason.
Oh,
Oh my God, watch these.
you agree with that?
Yeah, there are times when I'll say, you know what, I'm going to give her something special, like the cooking, because that's typically a romantic thing. Most guys don't cook, and if you criticize the food,
I'm going by how you talking to me because you've been so critical with me with a lot of things that I do. If I'm ashy, if I got a whisker, if my eyebrows out of place, he is no problem telling me. So I'm thinking like brutal honesty is like our thing.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that it works.
Yeah, I see now.
Are you attracted to each other sexually?
Yeah, but our sex.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Are you attracted to her sexually?
no.
You used me, Skinner! You used me!
Ooh, that hurt me.
I was. Not now.
So why do you stick around?
She's worth the effort, the growth.
You're not physically attracted to me and your main complaint about me is sex, then why are we here?
I think the reason why you guys keep pushing forward is because you've gotten so used to not loving and you make excuses for it.
I am in love with her.
Do you feel like he's in love with you?
That's the first time I've heard it.
Ever?
All right. So, I saw you dropped out there for a second. Did you get the check? Did you see that video? Yo. Mr. Digital, you there? Hold on, give him a second. I see his audio is muted. He'll be right back up. Your audio's not on. You're muted, bro. You got your shit muted, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, give us 1 second. Trying to get his audio together. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have some technical difficulties with Mr. Digital's phone. But he'll be back up in a second. Let's go turn it off and turn it back on out here. I think we got him right here.
I'm back.
All right.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I bet.
All right. Did you see the clip? Did you hear the clip?
I saw the clip, but I could not hear shit. Just give me the gist of it.
Nah, we'll go back.
I trust your version of it.
You got to see
Matter
this.
of fact, no, I don't.
You got to see this. All right. All right.
Can we figure out why it's echoing like that?
I have no idea.
Hey, what's going on, AJ? How you doing?
So I've given most of the couples a day to reflect because it's one thing to hear all the information, it's another thing to absorb it. But
is the echo bad? Is it a strong echo or like how is it?
No, it ain't too bad.
I've got to talk to KJ and Claudia because they had the tallest wall. I got to figure out why are they together. They've got so many issues. What's the relationship? So we're 3 days in.
How's the receipt been?
It's been fun.
Why'd you kiss on the cheek?
Not
Not on the lips?
I don't want to mess with lips. The lips so perfect.
No, he doesn't like lipstick on him. He never kisses me on the lips. He'll wipe my kiss off right away if I have lipstick on. Go for it, like passion. Do you do the same thing when you kiss a vagina?
After I know.
I just figured I'd just dive in. Are you romantic?
I'm extremely romantic.
Really?
I just haven't felt like it's something that she likes.
I don't know where you would ever get that from. I'm dying for romance. What have you tried? You tried the first 6 months.
And it disappeared for a reason. Just
Oh,
because,
you agree with that?
Yeah, there are times when I'll say, you know what, I'm going to give her something special, like the cooking, because that's typically a romantic thing. Most guys don't cook, and if you criticize the food,
I'm going by how you talking to me because you've been so critical with me with a lot of things that I do. If I'm ashy, if I got a whisker, if my eyebrows out of place, he is no problem telling me. So I'm thinking like brutal honesty is like our thing.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that it works.
Yeah, I see now.
Are you attracted to each other sexually?
Yeah, but our sex.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Are you attracted to her sexually?
no.
Damn.
Ooh, that hurt me.
Damn.
I was. Not now.
Damn.
So why do you stick around?
She's worth the effort, the growth.
She's worth $2 million.
You're not physically attracted to me and you're making complaint about me as sex, then why are we here?
I think the reason why you guys keep pushing forward is because you've gotten so used to not loving and you make excuses for it.
I am in love with her.
Do you feel like he's in love with you?
That's the first time I've heard it.
Ever?
And there you have it. And there you have it. Angry old broads will have hit the wall and cannot sustain a relationship. This is who y'all are listening to. This is who y'all be listening to. Mr. Digital, what are your thoughts?
I mean, that was tough right there. That is a textbook example of two people dating two different things. She's probably sexually attracted to him because he's young, vibrant, whatever. I mean, and he's probably with her because, you know, for the clout. So
I think that's it, and that's all.
When he said, I ain't sexually attracted to you, baby, you gotta know, if your man not sexually attracted to you, he's fucking somebody else. So you in an open relationship and you probably just didn't even know it.
Right.
Claudia Jordan, I ain't never really looked to her as like some authority in any, like she's in music. Like I only think about her as something.
No, she's an actress.
Oh,
she's an actress and she's been in several reality shows. The only thing she does relevant right now is her, Vivica Fox, Lisa Ray, and Selena Johnson have a show called Cocktails with Queens. Cocktails
So
with
all,
Cream on Fox Soul, and it's the worst fucking commentary I've ever heard in my life.
so
A
it's like
bunch of old
all
broads
the old
that
women
hit
who
the
hit the
wall
wall
with
got
no
together.
men, angry. They all got on 20-pound wigs on their head. It's a bad look. And they're all giving women advice. They're all giving women advice.
What
But my thing
advice?
is,
Don't.
like,
I hope the advice is don't do what I did.
no, it's never that. It's never that. It's always nothing's wrong with you. You're perfect. A man should do this for you. A man should do that for you. It's never, you know, what do I do to compete to get the man I want? It's never any of that. It's really like these old broads just it's like these old broads give younger women bad advice just because misery loves company, just so they could be, you know, just so they won't outshine them one day.
To validate them, to validate their opinions and thoughts. The more single women it is, the more they can blame the men, and it'll validate all the things that they say.
But I mean, it's all good. Man, it's all good, man. Really, honestly, man, if you're a single man out here, bro, to be honest with you, you can have all the sex you want.
Man,
these chicks don't want to really be in no relationships until they hit 40 years old anyway.
Look, I had to get myself off Temptation Island. It was a hard time, but if you want to be on Temptation Island, the island is there, fellas. I spend enough time on that island.
Hold on, Diane, his net worth, we don't know his net worth. Her net worth is $2 million. That's probably why he's in there. Her net worth is 10 million. 2 million, sorry. But yeah, go ahead. What were you saying, Cosby?
I'm just saying, like, if a dude, if you're not trying to have a family or nothing like that, man, it's lovely out here.
Yeah, I mean, it is, man. It's just because, like I said, the women out here these days, they're told they can be sexually liberated and free, and when they hit 35 or 40, some man's gonna scoop them up and save them. And to be honest with you, ladies, most of you guys don't look good enough for that to be the case. And that's not a shot against anybody. It's just
and
it is what it is.
But no, what it boils down to, the man that they want is not gonna save them.
Right.
It's plenty of Theodores and Johnnies out there, but they're gonna come with some baggage. They're gonna be divorced. They're gonna have a couple kids. You're not gonna know what type of income level he gonna be at. He'll save you. He definitely will. So it ain't the fact that you ain't gonna get saved. You will remain single because the man of your dreams, it wants a younger woman.
Diane says, so what should she do? Diane, in the words of Kevin Samuels, she should buy a dog and die alone.
No, Diane, you need to be willing to compete with a younger woman. A lot of these
Diane's married. I know Diane. Diane's married.
Well, if you are of a single age and Diane's age, I'm assuming she's maybe around our age, 36, 37 to 40. You have to be willing to compete for a man at that age. And a lot of these women believe this fairy tale, the man of their dreams is going to drop in their lap and save them. The man that you want that worked hard to get to that position by 40 is trying to reap all of the benefits of working that hard to get to that position.
Right.
And if you don't fit into what his vision was of what he wanted at that time, I mean, sorry for you. He'll take you out for a couple dates. He'll hit you off a few times, but that's all you're gonna get.
Yeah, I mean, and here's another thing, man. Like, here's the problem with the thought process of a lot of the women in the Black community. Not all, but a lot.
To play on words, a thought process, or were you trying to say thought process?
Oh yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. See, a lot of women in our community, right? They're lied to from the jump. People are lying to them, and they don't realize that it was a big lie until they're 50 years old. See, in a lot of other cultures of women, right, especially when you're talking about outside of the U.S., but even some cultures inside of the U.S., they're taught at an early age to compete for the man that you want. Black women are told, I don't have to work out. I can just do whatever I want, and some man's gonna take me because I'm just beautiful. Black women are just told they're just beautiful. No type of standards for it or any of that. They're just told they're just beautiful. They're told they can do magic. They're told they can do all of these things that no human being can do. And it's just really, it really bothers me to sit back and watch y'all keep falling for the banana in the tailpipe. It's like y'all the dumb kid at recess who you can just tell to do anything and they'll go out and do it, thinking that they cool and on the squad, and really everybody just laughing to see what's gonna happen to you. And black men, we're trying to tell you, we're like, yo, sis, no, don't, come on, man, don't do that. And y'all just keep falling for it over and over again. So this is why, fellas, especially black men, look.
You hold on. You know, it was a perfect example of this. Used to be the leader of the City Girls, right? The actual City Girl, the one that's dating Diddy right now. She came onto her show and she's telling all y'all women to do all of these things, but she's trying to cuff Diddy right now.
Yeah, she's trying to figure out how she can cuff Diddy.
How can she get cuff Diddy? How
it
she
ain't
can
gonna
get
happen.
out? She's trying to get out of the streets. Meanwhile, promoting like F nigga free summer, like y'all gotta realize the women who promoting this stuff, they don't really care about that either. They want to be out of the streets.
Facts.
I don't know Shorty name, but she's trying to get out of the streets.
I think it's Young Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
Young Miami wants out of the streets, but she's rapping to y'all and telling y'all to stay in them. Nicki Minaj got her ass up out the streets. Now, granted, I think her husband's like an ex-pedophile or some shit like that. But hey, she's married. She's out the streets. She's footing the bill, but she's out the streets, allegedly.
If Nicki can date down, so can y'all.
It ain't even about dating down. Date on your level. See, most of these women don't even realize like what level they're on. Date on your level. But then again, I don't know. That might even be hard because the men on your level, see, men are starting to wake up. Black men are starting to wake up. So even the black men that are on your level ain't even about to be checking for you. They like, why should I deal with all of this when I could just go to the Philippines and grab me a grateful woman? Yeah, she might have been tricking and all that shit in the Philippines, but she probably got the same amount of bodies as you. At least just shut up and listen. She ain't got no attitude. She can hop in the pool.
Oh, man.
I mean, I'm a married man, so I'm not even being no hypocrite. Like a nigga asked me a while back, how could I find, a situation? How could he find a situation like I have? And I told him straight up, I said, bro, if you ask me how to get money, I wouldn't tell you to go to the liquor store and play the lottery. Nigga, get your passport game together and hit the fucking bricks. Because it ain't worth it. I mean, there's good women. There's good women for sure. But
definitely is.
Are you gonna put your fucking detective cap on and like get out here in the streets and find them? Or are you just gonna play the odds and go where you know you can find them?
If me, I would tell a man first, get all these things in order so you can date how you want to date. That's one thing. A lot of men get into situations or they settle for the one woman because they're not in a position to exercise their options, right? Like, I'm happy where I'm at because I was in a position to exercise my options and I figure out what was my best option. I picked my best option. A lot of men aren't in a position to exercise their options. So back on y'all fellas, like, and this is something Kevin used to talk about all the time. Like, you need to be in the position, right? Before you even get out there and start dating. If your money not right, your clothes ain't right, your situation not right, you could fall victim to some of these women because they can prey on you. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't exercise your options, you can't let them know that, okay, if you act this way, it's 5 more lined up to take your place. You're not really fully taking advantage of the situation that you're in.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree, man. You know, it's just really a sad state of affairs. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. The more men start to wake up and realize what's going on, the less likely any of you guys are going to get chosen. And that's just the sad state of affairs we are. And why? Because, to be honest with you, when women made up their minds that they wanted to be sexually liberated, okay, you got it. But there's consequences to that because men don't like sexually liberated women. We don't want to wife you up. I mean, of course, we'll sleep with you and have a good time and all that. But when it's time to settle down and actually,
you gotta move to a new city, baby, and put some skeletons in the closet.
When it comes then to settling down and actually, you know, retiring with
you gotta move you gotta move to Charlotte. You gotta move to Atlanta.
Yeah. Some of you hoes need to go to Alaska. Some of y'all been all through Miami, Atlanta, Charlotte, New York, Philadelphia. Some of you motherfuckers need to go up to Maine. Oh my God. Houston.
Hey,
look, y'all done tore it up everywhere, man.
Oh, look, they tear Houston up.
Yes, they do.
And they get tore up in Houston.
This shit don't make no goddamn sense. Look at all these women our age, bro, that are single and complaining on the internet every day about it. Look at this shit. The funniest part is that the nigga who y'all hated the worst, Kevin Samuels, tried to tell you he's dead now. It's over for y'all. Ain't no more help. I'm not telling. If a black man asks me anything about dating, I'm gonna tell him don't even deal with him. Don't even deal with him. But you're married to a black woman? Yes, I am. Maybe I just got lucky. You out here trying to get lucky? Or you trying to find a good woman?
You know what? They're gonna flip that on you. Be like, you giving advice that you don't take yourself.
That's not true.
Say to that?
That's not true. I wasn't out looking for a wife when I ran into my now wife. I wasn't on the search. That's why if a nigga asks me, you know, how do he do it? I'm like, I don't know. Be at the right place at the right time. I don't know.
But that it is true that your wife presented qualities and make you look at it like, oh, you're different from the other ones.
I mean, one thing I can say that you should do, and this is not the case with every chick, but I say you'll better your chances. Look at the woman's relationship with their parents. If they have a good relationship with both of their parents, I would say that's a white flag, not a red flag. It's even better odds if their parents are married and she has a good relationship with her parents. You have even better odds. Now, that's not foolproof because it could definitely go left. Trust me. I know some chicks that got both parents that's fucked up out here.
I know your wife has a good relationship with her father as well. So I think that plays
I mean, with her parents are married, they have a great relationship. I mean, it's a very tight-knit situation. You know what I mean? She was raised correctly. That counts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That counts. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't take women seriously who don't come up from a household like that, because there are some good women. But if your chick, number one, like I always say, check the zip code. First thing first, check the zip code. Check the zip code. Then see who raised her. If she was raised by her aunt, by her mom and her aunties and her grandmother, she getting bad advice. You either gonna have to reprogram her, and if she's a good woman, she'll listen. She'll take the reprogramming. But you either gonna have to reprogram her or just move on. If she comes from a if she comes from a poverty, if she grew up in poverty, like, she grew up in poverty, and she was only raised by women, move the fuck on. Move the fuck on. Because I'm telling you right now, you're going to be food for the goddamn pigs. Man, y'all niggas don't realize, man, family court is chewing niggas up and spitting them out every day with their pockets inside out. For making dumb decisions, bro. Dumb decisions. But it is what it is, man. I just want to see everybody happy. Ladies, if you want to go out here and thought it up in your 20s and 30s, by all means, I ain't trying to stop you. But just don't be surprised when you finish thoughting it up and your options aren't that great. Because most successful black men I know these days, they're not even checking for you. They'll hit you, for practice. Practice makes perfect.
Blocker.
But they not checking for y'all, man. I don't know, Cosby, man, what you think?
Man, I think we can go to the final thoughts.
Is that right?
Then we go to the final thoughts.
All right, we'll go to the final thoughts. We'll get this show on the goddamn road. Let's see. Some good final thought music. What should we do? Let's get it, man. What you got for us, brother?
Let's start with Amanda Seales. No, actually, first off, shout out to everybody who tuned in on the live. Shout out to everybody who's gonna watch in the replay. Thanks to you guys, but we still need your help. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to all of the content. If you like what you hear, you like what you see, even if you don't like it and you just want to shit on us, subscribe so you can know all of the times you get the shit. We're going to start with Amanda Seales. Like I said earlier, I have respect for Amanda Seales and with her opinions in terms of standing up for black issues, standing up for black people. I think she genuinely wants to see black people as a whole win. But when I hear her commentary and takes on dating in the black community, her own dating life, specifically with Myron Rolle and other things she's mentioned on various interviews, and her takes on Kevin Samuels, it lets me know she is wholly, she's very misinformed on what the black man wants in the society right now. The black man that is going to build that family with you, the black man that's going to protect you, the black man who is going to run through the wall for you, you don't know, or now it seems like care to know what he really wants and feels. Because I see all of these platforms and forums not having strong black men interjecting what they want, right? And especially Amanda Seales, she's an attractive woman. She's a Hollywood actress. She's a successful show. She's very successful. So I'm pretty sure the man that she wants is gonna be successful like she is. And she definitely has to realize, if you're gonna deal with a successful man, that man that put the work in, especially a black man who's battled this system, battled through corporate America, battle white supremacy, battle all the things black men have to battle to make it through the top. Once they get to the top, they don't want sassy, ignorant. They don't want women who don't understand what they want. Because there are plenty of other people, plenty of other women who will understand what they want, right? So I need women to not be ignorant, get hip to what that man that you want, what he actually wants. Because so many women that are out giving that commentary, unfortunately, are single. Single as a dollar bill. So that lets me know you have not really figured out the man, what that man that you actually want, what he actually wants. You're stuck on what you think he should want or what you think he should feel about you or how he should be connected to you. So I would say that man of seals, get a clue and do better. When it comes to Claudia Jordan, I mean, I feel like she just dug her own grave on this one. Like, ladies, you can hold Claudia Jordan up as an example of a successful woman. She pursued her career. Um, she has wide influence in her industry, and as an actress and music. So that's something to look up to in terms of pursuing your passions and being who you want to be. But when it comes to dating, she may not be the person you want to listen to. Based upon those interviews I saw that television show, the take she had on Russell Wilson, where she was trying so hard to deflect what the real issue is. What men really think about Russell Wilson. It's not that we don't think he's any less black. We don't think that he's any less of a man or he belongs with us in our society. Men just think he's a simp because he married an ex-rapper's baby mother. Eighth baby mother, or fifth, sixth, seventh, or eighth baby mother, coming from a position that he came from. So if he came from the same environment, same community as her, and he did that, no one would bat an eye. He chose to enter in that situation knowing the consequences of it, knowing that woman's past, right? She's a public figure. So when you marry a public figure, you open your relationship up to commentary and critique. If he married a random woman in Seattle, Nebraska, Denver, all of the places he's been, North Carolina, does he play for NC State? If he married a random black chick from there, no one would be in this business. No one would be making commentary about his relationship. He married a famous R&B star who was notorious for dealing with industry. So I don't see him getting upset because that's who he wanted to save. So he saved her. For the women that's out there trying to defend it, don't defend it because that man is worth, at this point, he's going to be worth about $100 million. Most men that are worth $100 million do not wife other people's baby mothers. And that's just a fact. They build their own legacies. They don't pick women that they will have to stand in that woman's shadow or have to deal with blowback because of that woman. They normally don't pick that. So it's going to make Russell Wilson a target. But I've done it? No, I would not have. Do I fault him for that? No, I don't, because that's his personal choice. Sierra might have been the greatest, wildest woman he ever met, and it makes his life exciting. It upgraded his style, his flair, his thing, and he feels better as a man. So, at least he married her, made an honest woman out of her, and they building a black family. So kudos to them for that. But niggas is gonna niggas is gonna clown him because you could have did that with somebody with less baggage, and that's ultimately what it boils down to. That's my final thoughts.
That excellent final thoughts from Mr. Cosby. I'm gonna be real brief this week. When it comes to Amanda Seals, you know what? When it comes to Amanda Seals and Claudia Jordan, both, ladies and gentlemen, what you're witnessing in real time on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter is the self-destruction of leftover modern women. And it's only going to get worse. Amanda Seals took time out of her day to disrespect the dead man, who at the end of the day wanted to see you guys married. He wanted to see black folks get together, and he tried to bridge the gap. He spent years getting black men to understand that their role in a family is to be of value. So he spent years explaining to us that we need to go out and get it done so that we can be suitable husbands and then suitable fathers. Then he went to black women and tried to explain their roles to them. What did they do? They gave him their asses to kiss. When man died, they celebrated and had a parade in the streets. So, on that note, I have given up. I have given up. Because there are too many black women that are like Claudia Jordan and Amanda Seals. And it's to the point now where it's so overwhelming, it's not even worth trying to tell them otherwise at this point. For the most part, when I'm only, I mean, if any women are willing to listen to me, I'll give them some advice. But for the most part, I'm telling black men, jump off the ship, save yourself, because they are running the motherfucker into the iceberg. They are running the community into the fucking ground. So do what you gotta do, black man. You shouldn't have to deal with mouthy ass women like Claudia Jordan and Amanda Seals. So if you come across a woman like that, you know what to do. Hit it and quit it. Hit it and quit it. Hell, like I said earlier, go to the fucking Philippines and find you something. You know what I mean? Hey, they might got bodies, but all these hoes here got bodies. If you really want to get married. Because that's gambling in America these days. That's rolling the dice anyway. So yeah, when it comes to Amanda Seals, I mean, it is what it is. She's a known liar. She tried to set Myron Roll up just because he didn't want to date her. And look where she is now. She has hit the wall, and there's no coming back. Claudia Jordan always got some smart ass feminist shit to say. Look at her now. She can't get a man on her level, right? She's 50 years old. She can't even get a 60-year-old nigga on her level to fuck with her. Why? Because you got wall box. You got wall box. And just because you're successful and have money, niggas will bypass that. Niggas will bypass that. A successful man will bypass that any day. If a man got enough money to pay all his bills and do whatever the hell he want, he don't need no woman to supplement that. All he wants is someone that's going to come home, give him femininity and peace. And most of you hoes ain't giving that out. Look at the nigga she dated. 30-something years old. She 50. Of course course he unattracted to her. Somebody said she's divorced. The broad was married for 1 year. She was married to a nigga for 1 year from 2008 from 2008 to 2009, and she left him because he had a girlfriend the whole time, and he was younger than her too. All that bitch do is get cheated on by young niggas. Young niggas see the bad coming. But these are the broads y'all listen to. Come on, man. So yeah, keep on giving these women bad advice. And just remember, in 2050, when all of you 30-something-year-old hoes is 50-something years old or 60-something years old, just remember the advice these women gave you. Remember it. When you're in a homeless shelter with your dog, your cat, your hamster, and your fucking turtle, because you damn sure ain't gonna have no motherfucking man. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been this episode of Straight Talk No Chase. For myself, Cosby Digital, Kurt Keys, and all the real niggas on the planet Earth. Good night and farewell. Don't forget to hit the goddamn like button. Hit the share button. If you're not on the YouTube page right now, go over to our YouTube page. The YouTube page is called Trippin' Ain't Easy. Go to Trippin' Ain't Easy YouTube page. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Click the goddamn notification bell and select all. Let's keep this thing moving, man. We out of here.